Well, hey, welcome everybody to an August episode of Tech Tip Tuesday. Here we are, just tipping into the month of August, our first Tuesday of the month. And my name is Ken Close, engineer, lover of technology, and of course, Healy is in my loving sweet spot. Of course, it's the best of my technologies, one of my best. Um, this is Tech Tip Tuesday, you guys. If you haven't been here before, well, welcome. Thank you for being here because I get the honor of being joined by a couple of awesome guests. We've got Jake Barron, head of operations. Jake, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hello, Ken. Hey, Henry, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're also joined by Henry Pena. You guys know him as the onboarding specialist of the planet, maybe the galaxy, I'm not sure, but hey, Henry, welcome.
Hello, hello everybody. Hello, Ken. Thank you.
Welcome, guys. It's super cool to be here. Guys, you know what? This is Tech Tip Tuesday. We're just three guys loving to nerd out on the technology of Healy. If you guys are also loving the nerding out of Healy, you're in the right spot. Let me tell you how it works. It's pretty simple. This is a chat-based forum. There's really not much of an agenda, right? We don't really cap the bandwidth of what we talk about. We love the technology. We love the apps. We love the theories. We love the programs. We love all things Healy. The only thing we really cannot talk about and we stay away from is anything around diagnosing, preventing, or speaking about diseases and disorders, as well as like recommendations for what program is for what condition. There are resources out there. Healy created an amazing database that is simply just a search engine that can you put a word in and bam, there is all the programs that you need for that condition. So we will talk about the technology and we'll let Healy talk about the biology. How about that? All right. So let's see. Remember, like I said, this is a chat-based forum, guys. So anyone out there, put your questions in the chat. Oh, by the way, too, anybody who watches this recording or anyone that's on here now, later on, if you think of a question, there's a way that you can actually email your question in, and we'll bring them live on the call here and unpack those. So there is an email address, and Henry, I think you're probably adding that right now. There it
Yep.
is. I'm reading your mind, brother. I got you. So it's onboardingu.us at healy.world. So anybody anywhere in your day or your night or your life that you come up with a question and you just need an answer and the resources in your entire reach is out of reach. Well, there you go. Put that question in there and it'll come to us and we'll bring it here on the call. By the way, have you guys had any questions via that email? Anything?
We did get one, right, Henry? Yeah.
Yes, funny you asked. We did actually get one yesterday.
Awesome. Well, since we don't have anything in the chat, you want to open that one up and see what we got?
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and so we've got a question from I think it's Whipco Fraser. He
Yes.
said, first of all, he thanked us for our dedication to Detective Tuesday. He said it's very appreciated. And he said that he has had a Healy for several years, for 6 years now. Four of them are resonance devices, three of them, he uses three of them out of four every single day. Now, he did express that one of the issues that he's having is that when using the Healy Advisor Analyze 2 app, sometimes when he does a resonance analysis, instead of showing 5 results, it only shows 3. So he's saying that he has reinstalled the app, which is usually what we would recommend in cases where you're having an issue with an app. He rebooted their phone, and it looks like the issue keeps happening. He's wondering if maybe some of his Healy devices are old. Again, he has four of them, four resonance devices. He uses three of them out of four. So again, he's wondering, is there anything wrong with my devices? And he asked if this is a glitch or, if it's all. And the reality is that it is a glitch. It is an issue that we've been experiencing for a while. That particular issue when doing a resonance analysis, as we all know, you would get a result with your top five. If you're doing an all Healy programs analysis, you get a result with the top five program groups. If you're doing a resonance analysis of a specific program group, you would get your top five programs. But yes, there is an issue that we've been experiencing, a technical issue we've been having, where some users, not everyone, just some users get fewer results, right? So sometimes you get 3 results instead of 5. Don't worry, this is something that will get fixed soon. This is something that has already been addressed, and we're just waiting for the new app version to be released so we can update it, and we expect that new version to fix this issue.
Yeah. And
Go ahead, Jake. Yeah.
no, I was gonna say, they mentioned in the question here too that Ray went through all the proper steps, right? Reinstall the app. They rebooted their phone. That's an important step too. Could kind of reset everything there too. And it's not related to the Healy device. Even though your Healy is 6 years old, it's not related to the age of the Healy. It's an app specific issue. I think it doesn't affect everybody or every account, that kind of thing too. But it is something the team has already been made aware of. There's a fix already in place for it too. It's just a matter of when we can release the next version of the app to address this particular issue.
Yeah, I like that too, because these conditions here, guys, anything like this is reported, those things go into that technical soup. And then when an update comes out, and this is another thing that's important too, occasionally it's a good idea to open the app from your App Store or your Google Play Store, right? Because you go there and take a look, and there'll be an update sitting, right? And it may not have migrated over to your phone yet or to your app. And so when you go there, it kind of forces that update. So, usually within a day or so, you'll get that update automatically. But anyway, those updates, when they come, if you go directly to your App Store or to your Google Play, whichever your Android or Apple, and that automatically pulls that in. One of the things I always like to do too is how many of you guys out there actually turn your device off, your phone, right? Literally turn it off. Nowadays people are using their phone for like your alarm to wake up in the morning, or maybe some music or some kind of thing at night or whatever. But turning it off allows that device to reset all of the apps or all the programs, and then when you turn back on, it pulls in those updates right from those different applications that you guys have. So that's always a good idea. Kind of does a little reset on your phone.
I'm 100% guilty of not turning the phone off on a regular basis. And we talk about it on Tech Tip Tuesday a lot, but usually it's like, okay, the only time it turns off is if my phone dies, too. Not on purpose, but yeah, that's a great tip also, because it's amazing how many things they can solve just resetting the whole process. Not just Healy apps, any other apps that you're using or anything weird going on with your phone. A lot of times it's like, well, how do I fix it? How do I fix this? Like, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on? No. How do you fix it?
Exactly. And then also shutting down all non-used applications that are running in the background, because one thing we have to understand. I mean, these were designed to make phone calls once upon a time. Now they're basically running our lives, right? They're our second brain. They are a computer in our hand. And so we do all kinds of stuff with them today. And as an app driven platform, each one of these applications, does anybody ever know what the word app stands for? Application, okay? So anyway, it's an app driven platform, and all these applications require memory, require resources. Is how from an engineering perspective, we allocate resources. We take a look at what's being consumed. We take a look at what's available and find out the dissonance. Is it overriding what's available? There comes a glitch or a lockup. So if there's not enough memory on your device, okay, so your device has a limited amount of memory on it. And if you've got a lot of apps, a lot of pictures, a lot of things that are being updated and things that are captured and used on the device itself, it consumes memory. So Healy is one of those apps that's kind of memory hungry because it does a lot and it requires a certain amount of a block of memory to function. We call it I/O. It's input output memory, so that things come in, they can be held, they can be processed, they can be acted upon within the processor of your device. Okay, great. Well, that's all that mean, Ken. Well, that means that if you are getting very close to the full capacity of your memory in consumed apps or pictures or whatever, and I always say you must have at least 25% of your memory on your device open and available. But if you're getting beyond that and close to that, you're going to find glitchy. Glitchiness is on not just on Healy, because remember, Healy is a memory hungry kind of thing, but also just sending a text. How many of you guys have ever been sending a text, trying to do a text or send or typing some things on your device, and you're seeing that on your screen, it's slow to respond, right? You've typed 5 or 6 characters and they haven't even shown up on your screen yet, right? That's a memory deficiency. I guarantee you that's a memory deficiency, and your device is getting overrun. So you got to go back and take a look at things and go, all right, let's clear some things out. Look, I'm guilty. This device is I'm a business. I'm a mobile business. I do all kinds of stuff from the road, and so I have a terabyte of memory on my phone. It's memory's expensive, so you want the memory, you got to pay for it. But um, and I'm probably 50% consumed on my 1 terabyte of memory here. That's 500 gig or yeah, 500 gigs. So it's a lot. Um, anyway, when you get close to that amount of memory consumed, you're going to have glitches. So I would look at that also, shutting your device off, also just some standard maintenance stuff, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Uh,
So one thing I know we do Tech Tip Tuesday the first and third Tuesdays of the month. So, but you noticed recently on our sort of schedule that we do Tech Tip Tuesday, the first Tuesday, and there's always been a Healy Solution Series episode the following Tuesday in between. So, okay, Tuesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. The next one is this coming next week, next Tuesday, on the 11th of August. It's the Healy Solution Series, and the topic next week is the power of release. So we talked about this a little bit on frequencies and friends yesterday. But we got another great episode. And these are super popular because it's a kind of a shorter segment, 30 minutes max, going over one specific topic too. Because Healy can do hundreds of things, right? There's hundreds of programs available too, but this kind of narrows it down to one specific topic and very kind of practical use cases. Like, hey, how can I use my Healy in, for example, this one, the power release, but we've done other, you've done one on, fitness and performance, and we've done some on focus and concentration and all kinds of other topics as well. The one last month was actually on using your Healy with animals, which was a great episode too, as well. So, and for those of you that can't make those live, of course, the recordings of these Healy Solution series are also available on our YouTube channel, the Healy World Learning Hub as well, too. So there's the whole playlist is in there of all the prior Healy Solution series also. But just keep that in mind that the next one is coming up next week on Tuesday. And actually, I'll share the link to our most recent calendar, which is actually the ad event platform here too. You'll see these are all the Healy World North America events on the calendars. We have our Tech Tip Tuesday, which is going on right now. But this site is great because it gives you the links to go directly to the particular meetings. And you see the Healy Solution series for next next week on August 11th, but you can easily add them to your calendar too. You just click on the little calendar link and you can have it put automatically onto your phone. So whether like a lot of people have a Google Calendar or some other calendar they use. Well, actually, I'm not sharing my screen, am I?
No, I
No.
don't see it.
Ah, I thought I was sharing
There
my
it is.
screen. Here's what I was
Now,
trying to
now
share
it's
here.
coming.
But yeah, here's the Healy World North America ad event calendar here too. And as I mentioned, Tech Tip Tuesdays here too. All the upcoming meetings are available here. And if you want to add them to your calendar, you can click on this and then it gives you the options. Okay, want to import this into Apple, Google Calendar, Microsoft Office 365, Yahoo, all the major calendar platforms too. So you can add a single meeting to this by clicking on the calendar, or if you want to follow the whole calendar, it'll automatically pre-populate all upcoming Healy World events into your calendar. So you don't have to do it one by one. They'll just be there. So anytime we add an event to our calendar, it automatically shows up in your calendar. So there's no ever like, oh, I wish I would have known this was coming up too, as well. So it's a super convenient way to kind of stay in touch with everything going on in the Healy World community.
So
And I will
convenient.
put this link in the chat. So
There's also that read more link there for additional resources too at the top of the calendar.
Super convenient, right? Remember we talk about
Oh yeah,
these
here we go. So
little
yeah, that's what
brains.
Henry mentioned too. The links to the our learning hub, schedule your onboarding
Yeah.
session, join our Facebook community, and connect in our WhatsApp groups too. So
There you go. Uh, June says, I want the old format back. I just sent a customer service email that your monthly downloadable calendar still does not have August, only June and July. So that's updated. Is it updated? It's
Well,
this, well, this yeah. So
I
this
think
is
they
the
maybe
newer.
referring to the other.
Yeah, so the Healy World, Healy America's events calendar, where it was kind of displayed as calendar style too. It was more of a visually, it was kind of set up, like a traditional kind of calendar view there too. But this new one ad event, I know it's a bit of a change here, but it takes advantage of the technology that's out there these days to make it easier for everybody to join our meetings and not just see when the meetings are and get the links to the meetings, but to be able to actually have it put into your calendar easy too. So you can, oh, yep, I want to join Healy Solution Series next week. You just click the calendar and then I don't have to worry about being reminded about it as well. It'll automatically give you that reminder in your calendar for next week too. So it's a little bit different, yes, but overall the features are quite a bit better as far as trying to keep everybody informed of the upcoming events too.
so Daniel said he tried to get on the frequencies and friends. It asked him for a password. So the frequencies and friends is asked you register for that call, but you
Mm-hmm.
should be once you register once, you should get a notice for every one. I'm not sure why you got a password request.
Yeah, usually should
I don't
be
know.
okay. Like for example, if you can. I mean, the link for the September one is already on there too, so you could go ahead and save that one also. If you go to the calendar link, actually, I still need to put that in the chat, but yes, there should not be beyond any sort of initial sign up there too. It should be fairly simple to do it. So if you have any issues during the next one, also you could always send me a note, Daniel, and I'll make sure you get in touch.
There's also
You know,
the recording available. In case you missed it. We usually upload it the exact same day, and it should be available on our YouTube channel. I actually see. Well, we have Daniel. I also saw that we had Annabelle. So we have some of the people that were on the summit. I don't know if you noticed, Jake.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got several here for sure. Yeah, it
Oh,
was great to meet
Priyanka too.
Priyanka.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
Priyanka.
lot of our regulars in person last month at our event. It was a lot of fun. The winners, yes.
Well, and you know what? That's great because I mean the word's out there. It's nice to have more folks on board here and check it out, even just to test drive, kick the tires. Hey, what's Tech Tip Tuesday about? And, once you know, you can spread the word, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so anything out there, guys, that I mean, Healy is such a vast, interesting tool that sometimes it takes your imagination to actually go beyond what you've been doing. People, I think, I find within um, my clinic and such, I get people that are kind of get into a routine, right? And that routine is what leads to a biology. And then there's a condition that I don't like anymore in my biology, so now I got to fix it. One of the most amazing things that this human consciousness has is called the imagination, and you can use that to your advantage. So I say, let's kind of explore what is it that you've thought of or imagined in terms of using Healy, and what's your question about it? We got a hand up. Eugenie, let's see. What's your question? I don't see one in the chat here.
Yeah. No, I don't have question, but I wanted to share something.
Okay, fire away.
So in Florida, I met a lady. She was sitting just behind me, and like, I'll find out her name again. So she was sharing a cousin in their family. They had no contact with her for years, and what she ran release. And then, with the intention that she wanted to connect with her. So, probably she was releasing whatever was in the way. Within half an hour, that girl contacted them, like specifically her. And I was like, I'm addicted to Healy. I'm running so many programs and I love it. But sometimes the intention was missing. So after meeting her, I was like, okay, why it is important to um, say what you want. Yeah.
I love what you said right there because intention, think about the order of action. If we aren't thinking of anything, there is no field of energy around it, and it
Correct.
requires a consciousness to solidify material form. And so the moment you have an intention, boom, it's going to show up.
Amazing.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So I'm manifesting now. Like my intention is to have double promotion this month.
Let's go.
Nice.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jade has got a bit of a question, a kind of a how-to. In other words, so the question is could you tell or explain how to talk testimonials? And this is a great question because one of the things that I find super important. Now, remember, here's a little neuroscience background, folks. Our brain must be right. It must be right. It can't predict anything. It has to know and has to be right. Why? Because our life is at stake and survival is at stake. So the brain has to be right. So if there's missing information, it will make stuff up. It will embellish. It could add, content that wasn't really there. Perfect example, if you've ever played that telephone game and you got like at least 6 or 8 to 10 people there and they whisper something in your ear and you have to repeat it. By the time it comes back to you, it may not sound anything like what you said. Because people don't hear a word, they will add one, subtract one, fill in the blanks, whatever it is. Same thing with the testimonial. It's super important. Your testimonial is not wrong. Your testimonial is your experience. Experience is not right, wrong, good, bad. It's your experience. And when you have an experience that changes your life, changes your biology, changes some aspect of your world, man, what do we want to do? We want to share that, right? I mean, no different than going to an amazing movie or eating a great meal at an amazing restaurant. We want to share the experience with our friends, but making sure that it is accurate, making sure that it is true, making sure that it's not making a claim that is so far-fetched that, or even outside of, what you actually experienced. That's the key. Tell it in your words, tell it in your life, tell it in your emotion, on your feeling within your plane. But that testimonial needs to be accurate, right?
And Ken, there's some good stuff here it's in the download section of Healy Academy, but also in the download section of Back Office. There is a little bit of a guideline here as far as the do's and don'ts related to Healy Wellness, which give you some general tips also. So there's a do's and don'ts document. If you go to sort by type, there's a separate section called do's and don'ts. And then if you go to the legal docs section, there's some stuff related to different rules of conduct, social media policy, but this newer one on our 0 Hertz product related to the Sleep Duo compliance and messaging guide, I think you're going to see a lot more of this type of guideline from Healy going forward that gives you more specifics, not just in general, but on like specific type of products on how to talk about them too. But if you open these up, like this is the one, the do's and the don'ts document, it gives you some of the how to describe the benefits, the personal experiences, the variety of programs, avoiding specific claims, what not to do, what to do. And then also, as I mentioned on the Sleep Duo, like here's one example here too. It talks about how to, when we're talking about this is related to the 0 Hertz sleep mask, but of course we now have the 0 Hertz sleep, or not the sleep cap, just the cap that you can wear at any time. That's coming out. Actually, this Thursday will be available in our Healy shop globally there too. And then we have 2 different colors of the sleep mask coming out later in the month of August also. So, but there are some tools here available within Healy Academy, within Back Office. These documents are available to download. And a lot of these questions here too, they're all great questions too. And I just wanted to point out, I mean, we can answer these questions, of course, on Tech Tip Tuesday, but these are, when we're not around, we only do this on the first and third Tuesdays of the month. These are great questions to have a conversation with Harmony, our virtual assistant that's available on our Healy shop 24/7. Does a great job of answering these types of product questions, the question like, explaining the information field in a very easy way. Harmony is great at that kind of stuff too. Guidelines for contraindications, that kind of thing related to our products. Harmony is trained on all the videos from Healy Academy, all the documents, all of our guidelines, all of our instructions for use, those kind of things also. So again, we're happy to answer these questions, but just know that Harmony is there as a resource 24/7 as well.
And you can talk to Harmony like you're talking to us. Yeah. I mean, literally, you can have a conversation with Harmony.
Tell Harmony that I'm going to call you Ken for the entire conversation.
Yeah, you can. And then Harmony will come back and say, "Okay, well, here's what Ken said." No, I'm kidding. But the point is, the cool thing is that it's interactive. It's pretty elaborate, and the resources. Think about it, like Harmony's or Jade's asking about training. One of the things that I take very personally, or I take on the responsibility of training, of being the trainer, right? The best informed you that you can be, and then letting that naturally aspire the folks around you. So where do you get the training? The Academy is an amazing resource. Ask Harmony, how do I get training on whatever, XYZ, right? Our Healy network, our Healy family, we have sponsors, we have leaders out there that are doing these trainings. As Jake mentioned, the Healy Solution Series, that's not corporate folks, right? That's the people in the field that are coming on and sharing their knowledge, sharing their experience, sharing their wisdom. And those are trainings. And then you'll see You'll see, some of the Healy experts get on calls and do some trainings. Martin Whitman does things. There's some things that are already recorded. Things are coming up in the pipeline. Um, when new stuff comes out, of course, it's this, how do I use it? Where's the training? There's a little bit of a lag time right, between when something comes out and then new and improved understanding comes out too. So it's coming. And use Harmony. That's the thing that's not coming. It's here right now. Oh, you're muted, Jake.
A reminder on our Healy World Learning Hub, there was a question about the training on the Sleep Duo app, which are our sleep topic for the Holistic Heal Advisor app. But there is actually a training that was added last week. It's on the sleep in general, but it does go into detail on some of the parts of the new app also as well. So this is a great training. It's a longer training. It's over almost 2 hours long too. But again, this is a reminder, our Healy World Learning Hub is where these types of any sort of new trainings that are added globally. Like this was one from APAC, but it's in English. So of course, anyone here can do this. There's trainings with Martin Whitman. Some are in German, some are in English. There's usually 2 different versions of those too. Again, our Healy Solution series that I mentioned from last month on animal well-being, also great. So this is a good place to go to every week. There's new content added. Henry adds a lot of it himself, for most of it himself, this channel here too. So always a good place to check to see anything new, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be notified whenever there's a new video added also.
So
And I also want to emphasize that I mean, a training on the new app will probably come along as new developments occur. But you're going to notice that the new app, the Holistic Heal Advisor app, is very different from the other apps in a way that is, for the most part, pretty intuitive. It really comes down to just opening the app and following the instructions, because ultimately what's going to do as of right now is an information field analysis. So it does the information field analysis, and after that, all you really have to do is follow the protocol. So it's either running programs or performing the interventions that it shows. The only other thing that you can really do beyond that would be like for you to customize, would be to go on the settings of the app, and then if you want to play with some of the settings. But beyond that, it really comes down to just following the prompts to do that initial information field analysis, and then that's it. Which I'm gonna go ahead and just answer that question with the information field, just so that I know that Jade asked a simplified way to explain the information field. I think when it comes to these concepts, in order for you to explain them to someone, the best thing you can do is to actually you understand them yourself. So the information field is simply a network of information. It exists both on a global or collective level, but also on an individual level. We can call it information field as we do at Healy, but it is also sometimes referred to as a quantum field. Sometimes people refer to on a spiritual context as the Akashic records. Here at Healy, we call it the information field. Why is that important? Because it's understood that information is probably the most fundamental property of everything that exists. Yes, there is energy, but it's understood information is even more fundamental. So that's why when we have the Healy device, we are analyzing information directly. Again, one of the most basic properties of everything that exists. So all we're really doing is analyzing this network of information that exists both on a collective level and on an individual level, which will give information about yourself. Now, this information is completely abstract. It's a natural phenomenon. We don't what the Heal is going to ultimately be doing is grabbing this information that, again, by nature is abstract, and giving meaning to it. How does it give meaning to it? With all the information, all the data that you have within the app, the numbers, the databases, the words. We're giving conceptual meaning to this natural phenomenon, and then ultimately we just read it and we give meaning to it, which is why the interpretation at the end of the day is huge, because each person is going to interpret whatever values and whatever numbers, whatever words, whatever affirmations they get differently. So again, it's a network of information that gathers absolutely everything that exists. And then we can also say that it connects the mind with, or matter with, consciousness. So it's basically the link of everything that's physical or material or tangible with everything that is non-material, non-tangible, psychological.
I love that because it's as objective as a quote unquote practitioner can be. Um, there's amazing practitioners out there, incredible folks with amazing skills and talents, but every one of them is still physical form, material form, biology. So that means there's a subjective content that comes to the table when coming up with a solution. When we go to the digital arena, when we go to a random noise generator, that's as objective as you can get, and in terms of technology. So that's what Healy's fundamental asset is this random generator that consciousness literally in I don't know the word, not really infuses, but influences is the closest I can come. Um, there is an influence because our consciousness, every thought has energy, every belief has history, every biological expression has memory. And when we have a intention, as was mentioned earlier, an intention that has energy, a field to it, a frequency to it, it interfaces with technology. And science has now figured out how that interface works, what kind of technology is best used for taking that interface and using it for an outcome. From an engineer's perspective, we do inputs and outputs, and then there's a system in between. If we're not getting proper output or we're getting a tainted or skewed output, the system needs to be adjusted. So Healy's system is as objective as possible, and that random noise generator system is what's used to bridge the gap between consciousness, aka client or proximity when you just have it on you, and a database, a frequency set, a grouping of messages or signals. It bridges that. So I know that probably opens some doors for some other questions, and we're out of time here, but um, just understand that objective observation is where we get a very clear picture, right? It's probably the most clear picture instead of having some opinion or belief or idea. That's subjective, and that might be awesome when someone loves you and cares about you, but that's not the most useful data, right? When we're trying to find the deepest and maybe the darkest thing that we need to fix. So, so anyway, guys.
Uh, Ken, if you don't mind, I would like just to answer those questions that we have super quickly. It's just gonna be like super quickly, really, really. So the very first one I saw that Jade asked about HighWave for pain. I want to remind you that the Healy HighWave, even though pain is a misunderstood phenomenon, it can be emotional, it can be physical. It's somewhere, honestly, somewhere in between. So any kind of influence that you can benefit your body with when it comes to frequencies will impact the pain. So can it help with pain? Yes, but you need to understand that there are specific programs specifically designed for pain, like the pain stimulation programs, acute programs, local programs. You need cables for those. Diabetic and epilepsy. So we don't have on this medical disclaimer, we don't have anything about diabetes, but you're gonna see that if you look at the manual, there in the contraindications, epilepsy is going to be there. However, medical questions we do not answer. You need to consult a medical professional for that. We can, beyond that, I would just refer to the manual. And then the other question was about running a frequency program and also a vibration. That was by Annabelle, Haku Wellness. You can only do one thing at a time. You cannot do multiple things with the same healing. It's only one thing at a time. So you're either running a program or a vibration. You cannot do both. You will need multiple devices for that. And then the last question by Jade was, how often should you do an analysis with a new app? As I said, that app is so like user-friendly and automatic that really all you have to do is follow the prompt. The app will ask you to do a new analysis when it actually finds it necessary. So you won't really have the option to run a new analysis by yourself, at least as of right now. You would just really not need to follow the prompts, both the vibration and then the analysis itself, which is things that happen automatically. You just need to do the interventions and run the programs.
Great questions, you guys. I can tell that some of you guys are some serious biohackers out there. How can I do 100,000 things at once, right? I love it. Remember, the cool thing about these bodies, the intelligence that operates and the nervous system within, our reticular activating system understands the 400 billion bits of information per second. And so our mind has a hard time comprehending that much. So do what you want, give the body what you wish. It will sort things out, but then go back and be fully aware of what it's talking to you about. Listen to this intelligence. Make sure that you are aware of the messages it's giving you. And if it's asking you to rest, how does it ask? You feel tired, right? You feel like your legs weigh another 100 pounds each. If it's asking you for something, listen. If you're feeling thirsty, drink. If you're feeling tired, sit. Don't go out there and run a marathon and expect your body to support you, because it's going to say, I told you. It's going to say that. So honor this, guys. Great job today, gentlemen. Any closing statements?
I was just going to say that, this recording will, as always, be available on our YouTube channel, the Healy World Learning Hub, that we showed earlier. And then to Daniel's question, who could not join Frequencies and Friends because of the password issue there too, the recording is available on our YouTube channel already as well. So you can, if you haven't checked that out yet, you can go back and review that as well. It's already up there. So.
Yeah, that Learning Hub is incredible, guys. Lots of resources there. You can spend months there hanging out and learning stuff. There are years of recordings and such on there, so I don't think you'll get bored. Thanks, guys. Love you all. I appreciate you being here. If this was valuable, please share it. Invite your friends next time, and we hope to see you again. All right. Thanks, Henry. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, thanks everyone.